Let's talk tactical soft skills, the silent armor that saves relationships. What if emotional regulation was your most elite piece of gear? Welcome to Rise Up Voices from the Frontlines. This is a Rise Up Responder edition, and I am your host, Krista Fee. This episode breaks down why soft skills are survival skills and how to train your nervous system for connection, not just combat. Let's be blunt. If you're in the military, law enforcement, fire, EMS, any high stakes, high impact field, chances are you were never trained to lead with emotional regulation. You were trained to respond fast, shut it down, stay sharp, and never, ever let the personal bleed into the professional. But here's what they don't teach you in the academy: your ability to regulate your own nervous system, your emotional availability, your tone, your posture, and your pause. That's the real tactical gear, because soft skills are not soft. They are armor, and they will save your relationship faster than any vest ever will. The field and the family are not the same battlefield. Out there, you're hypervigilant, fast thinking, sharp. You read the room, clear the threat, and get the job done. But at home, that same gear gets in the way. When your kid is melting down and you meet them like you'd meet a suspect, it will backfire. When your partner's upset and you assess them instead of feeling them, it disconnects you. When your team is struggling and you bark orders without attunement, it erodes the trust. High performance in the field does not mean high connection at home. Different battlefield, different strategy. Your nervous system is a weapon and a wound. And here's the science. If you've spent years operating in a sympathetic dominant state, which is your fight, flight, ready for anything mode, your vagus nerve is trained for threat, not tenderness. But you are not broken. You are wired for survival. Survival mode wiring isn't built for connection. You have to retrain the system. And yes, it is trainable. Enter tactical soft skills. Let's redefine the idea of soft skills. Here's what I mean when I say tactical soft skills: knowing when your tone is signaling threat, pausing before you react from stress, being able to say, I messed that up, let's reset, asking for what you need instead of stonewalling, holding boundaries with clarity, not volume, learning to transition from high alert to home life. None of this is weakness. It's elite level human performance. Here's a real world drill. Tactical pause in the moment. Let's say your partner snaps at you after a long shift and you feel your chest tighten, your fists are clenched, and you're ready to fire back. But here's your drill. Plant your feet. Inhale through your nose for a count of 4. And here's the important part. Exhale through your mouth for a count of 6. Say to yourself, is this threat or tenderness misfiring? That 10-second pause, that's the difference between escalation and repair. Train this like you would any other life-saving protocol. And here's a few regulation scripts that you can use today. Try these phrases the next time you feel yourself getting hijacked. My body's ramping up. I need a few minutes before I respond. I want to stay connected. I'm going to take a walk and come back clear. That tone wasn't about you. I'm working on not bringing my shift home. These are field level commands for your nervous system and for the people who care about you. You don't have to do it perfectly. You just have to be willing to do it differently. Why this matters more than ever. Let me say this clearly. Relationships are bleeding out behind closed doors in these professions because the very armor that keeps you safe on duty is keeping you distant off duty. And if you don't learn to remove it intentionally and strategically, it will cost you. Soft skills prevent divorce. They reduce burnout. They keep you and your teammates alive. They help your kids feel safe in your presence. And despite what many of you feel, they really do want more of you than just your paycheck. You and them just may have forgotten what that looks like. So here's some real talk, warrior to witness. You've been trained to be the warrior, but your family needs you to also be the witness, the one who can be seen and see others. And this is not weakness, it's emotional discipline. You already have the grit. Now just add a little bit of grace. So here's just a few final words to think about. Tactical soft skills are not fluff. They are field ready, family saving, life extending tools. If no one taught you emotional regulation, it is not your fault. But if you want to lead better, love stronger, and live longer, it is your responsibility. This is your invitation to train. And if you are still listening, that tells me something. You are ready to do the work. So let's do it together. I'll see you inside the Rise Up Responder community. This is the Rise Up way.